Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we have a unboxing. This is going to be an SLG, if you couldn't clearly tell already. So if you were expecting a bag, you can totally check out, no hard feelings, but let's get into it. I'm gonna open it first and then we'll do all the chit chat of the thought process and everything like that. So I did order this on the Louis Vuitton app. I would say this purchase is about 50% impulse and 50% rationale. Your girl finally got her passport cover! So this is from the Vivienne Holiday 2025 collection, which is essentially their Christmas animation collection. So let me just give you a cute little close-up. So here is a hot air balloon, and then this is like that little lion, like one of Vivienne's little pets. And then this is Vivienne on a little Christmas train. There's a snowflake right here, and then there's some cute little stamps right over there as well. And then the back, I would say, is definitely not as cute as the front. Does this character have a name? I'm actually not sure. If anyone knows, let me know. And then there is a cute little lodge that does say Louis Vuitton. This is what I would imagine the Louis Vuitton store in like Aspen to look like. And then there is another snowflake in a different color. 100% of the reason why I got this passport holder was because of the inside. Look at that insane color. I feel like my lighting is making it look a lot more metallic. It's actually extremely glossy. I mean, the lighting, you can already tell, like, look how metallic that looks. But the interior shade of this is called Blue Frost, but it's essentially a periwinkle color. Like, I feel like if periwinkle was a shade, it would be this, just maybe not as metallic-y. So for the Vivienne collections, they actually started adding this little Vivienne stamp, which I actually love and adore. And then mine is made in Paris, and it's basically, I mean, just a passport holder. I'm sure you guys have seen. I feel like the Louis Vuitton passport holder is in like the top 5 most iconic like Louis Vuitton SLG pieces. But let me tell you the thought process. So I did do a new bags episode talking about the Vivienne Holiday 2025 collection, and to be honest, it was a little, I would lean on the side of underwhelming. I feel like it was already a takeaway that overarchingly people found the most recent Vivienne collection pretty underwhelming, not even just from comments on Reddit or Purse Forum, but just the fact that everything was in stock. I don't think there was a single piece that was out of stock. A point that I will agree is that if you've seen past Christmas animation collections, it's like 60 to 70% of the actual passport is art, like the one where Vivienne's in Paris, like the majority of the building is basically covering the passport. The one when Vivienne's in the Great Wall of China and there's a panda, it's basically covering it. The Japan one. So I feel like, at least for me, that's why I was ever so slightly underwhelmed, because there's a lot of monogram, there's a lot of just kind of like random pieces. Like, I feel like they could have filled it more, maybe like one more little snowflake or snow angel there, and there's a lot of space going on right over here. And then the other reason is that I have mentioned on my channel before that I have been thinking about getting a passport holder. I really was set on getting the Goyard passport holder, but then I found out about the price of it, and I was going back and forth, because you guys all know that anytime they ask to see your passport, you have to take your physical passport out of the cover. So there are posts even on Reddit as well that a lot of people don't think passport covers or luxury passport covers are worth the price, because you have to constantly take it out. And that's where I had my reservations, because then I thought the majority of the year this was going to be put away. Just $700 for a cover is a lot of money. Even if I didn't have to take out my passport, it's still a lot of money. I actually think it's over $700, and I really wanted the yellow one specifically. But then the other Louis Vuitton passport holder that I wanted was the Kusama one with the rainbow dots. I love that because it actually looked like little paint drops. That was actually my favorite Louis Vuitton one ever. And of course the Murakami one is really popular as well, but the resale for the Murakami one is over $1,000. Like, that's too much. That's way too much. I know the Dior one is really popular. Bottega Veneta also has one, and then Hermes obviously has their tarmac passports that are really popular as well. But the thing that pushed the Louis Vuitton one over the edge is, apparently, if you guys didn't know, they actually reinstated being able to get hot stamps from multiple places. I think last year or maybe the year before, I'm not really that active on TikTok, but apparently it was blowing up. People on TikTok were posting like, oh, go into the Louis Vuitton store and get something for free, da da da. Like, it was just all over the place. So then Louis Vuitton was just getting an influx of people coming in just asking for hot stamps. So then obviously, to try to damage control that, Louis Vuitton basically said, I think it was just like word of mouth, people were saying, is that they were pausing the whole hot stamping on anything, or you had to buy at least an SLG SLG to get it hot stamped, or some places were like, we're only hot stamping luggage tags, and you would have to bring in a luggage tag or you have to purchase a luggage tag. It was like this whole thing. But I just specifically remember, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I was reading one forum, like people complaining like, I just bought a Braza wallet, or I just bought a passport cover. Like that was the whole point, like the fun of traveling and being able to go get a hot stamp to make it special. And the fact that now they were saying only one hot stamp per piece, like basically adding a limitation on that. Then I heard about that and I was like, okay, what's the point of me getting a Louis Vuitton passport holder if I can't do the hot stamps? Like that's honestly such a fun thing, because like passports with traveling, it just goes hand in hand together. And then obviously Louis Vuitton being a luggage travel brand first and foremost, it just kind of like shattered everything. So then I was like, okay, you know what, I don't want the Louis Vuitton passport holder anymore. And then I was just on Reddit, and then I just stumbled across a post where so many of the comments were in agreement that they actually lifted that, and now you can go to any of the boutiques and get your hot stamps again. So there was this one Louis Vuitton worker, I don't believe she's a CA, I think she's like in operations or something, but basically she can confirm, and she posted like her 2 passports, which are insane, and she basically can confirm that you can go to basically any boutique and then just give them your passport and they'll hot stamp it for you. But I will say with caution is that she's an employee, so I'm sure being an employee you get certain benefits. And then other people were commenting and confirming that information, basically saying that they've walked into, in France or in Italy or in Morocco, you can walk in and give them your passport, but there was like conflicting info. Some people said no. I saw 2 people that went to a Louis Vuitton store in Dublin, and one person said that they were able to get it hot stamped, and then another person said that they got rejected. So I guess it really depends on the CA, but 80% of the time it quote unquote works. At least that's what the Louis Vuitton worker was saying, and then other people commentating as well. However, big PSA, if you go to Japan, apparently, I have not tested this theory, so the next time I go to Japan I'll definitely test out this theory, but apparently Japan's policy is that you do have to purchase an SLG to get it hot stamped. I wonder though, like the specifics of that, like if I bring in my passport but if I purchase a separate SLG, will they hot stamp my passport, or can they only hot stamp what you actually buy? Because then that would be like, I don't mind buying something, like I could buy a bando or even a cute flat card holder or a pocket organizer or something, so I don't personally mind that for Japan. But if they did say that we'll only hot stamp what you purchase in the boutique, then I'll be a little put off, and then that I definitely won't do, because I don't need 2 passport holders. But now I'm like really excited to start hot stamping things, like just having it all over. Next time I go to Vegas, I definitely want to get the Vegas hot stamp, because I've seen it. It's like 2 little poker chips. I thought that's really cute. I'm debating on getting an LA one. I need to look it up. I would assume it's like a palm tree of some sort. So for all of you guys that have hot stamped from your home city, like wherever you live, do you guys find it's funner to get a hot stamp from outside where you live, or you should get like a hometown hot stamp? Let me know down in the comments. But so 50%, I bought this passport cover because of obviously the color on the inside. I'll definitely insert the online photo so you can really see how stunning and pastel and periwinkle it is. And then the other 50% was because I found out that they reenacted the whole hot stamping situation, because if that was not there, I definitely would not have purchased this, to be honest. Like, it's cute, but it's not cute enough for me to justify getting this without the hot stamp. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's like, it's cute enough for me, and this is definitely going to be like a forever passport holder. I did also hear through online forums that the recent Vivienne like artwork actually lasts longer, whereas the previous ones, I don't know how they were screen printed on or what have you, but they actually did tend to fade, especially with like using it a ton. Like the art could kind of chip away, whereas there has been an overarching agreement that the recent Christmas animations actually last a lot longer. So I would say the only thing that I'm curious about is because of like this kind of glossy material and also the periwinkle color, I wonder if hot stamps won't actually show up, because all of the online photos that I've seen of people getting things hot stamped, their base was either black or obviously the dark brown or red. I haven't seen anyone with like a pink interior have a hot stamp. So, but I do know with hot stamps, they don't all have to be gold. You can get like colors on them. But I've actually never hot stamped anything in my life, which is strange considering how much I love Louis Vuitton. So now we're definitely going to start that. What I will also say, just looking at this, is that to take the passport in and out, it's actually seemingly quite easy because the flaps are open like this. Before I obviously did more research in getting a passport holder, I actually thought the passport was like you slipped it in, because my mom got me one just from Amazon, just like quick little cover. I think it was like $8 or something, and that's what I've been using. We have like matching ones. I have a pink one and she has a blue one. You actually have to physically slide it in and slide it out, so then it would get kind of annoying. Whereas this one, because it opens up like this, which I'm sure is on purpose, I feel like if I just grab this and you literally just give it to like the border control and then you can just pop it back in, whereas I feel like it's more difficult when you actually have to like put it in like this. I wonder how the Goyard one is actually, and I think you actually have to put it in, like it doesn't have this easy of an access. The other two reasons why I've actually always wanted a passport holder is, one, when this is in my bag, an actual passport is very thin, so it can kind of like jumble in my purse, especially when I travel. I do carry a lot of things, but having a passport cover would actually make it so much easier to find in my bag because it is a lot thicker and bigger. And then the other reason is I want to be able to keep like my travel cards, for example. Like, actually let me do that right now, hold on. So I ended up filling it, so I have actually 2 Mikey cards. This was actually one of the main reasons. So I have a Mikey card already, and then I actually had to buy another Mikey card on my last Melbourne trip because I left this in another wallet. To have all of my travel essentials just in my passport holder, I feel like that'd be perfect because I am not leaving this country without my passport, aka I'm not leaving this country without having my go-to travel cards. I also have my Suica card in here, and then I don't know where my Easy card is. That's like the tram card for Taiwan. And then I have this like Japan department store membership card as well, and you can also put cash in here, but I feel like it might fall out. I don't think I would keep cash in here, but basically you can put all the cards you need, or even like receipt documents, your boarding pass, just everything kind of together, which is very handy. So yes, so no regrets. I will honestly say that this isn't like my favorite Vivienne animation that they've ever come out with. For sure it is my favorite color combination. Like, I haven't seen an interior color like this. Usually they'll do like violet or dark shades of pink, red, pastel pinks, even like a light blue color, but I've never seen this periwinkle. I just really wonder how the hot stamping is gonna look. So I finally got my passport holder. Then really quick just about hot stamps, just because I did some research for you guys, so then you don't have to. So for hot stamps, because I've never gotten one before, apparently it depends. So hot stamping is free as long as you bring in a Louis Vuitton item. Some people's experience have said that you have to show like a proof of purchase, whether it's on the app or a receipt that you brought in the item that you're bringing, which totally makes sense because imagine Louis Vuitton is hot stamping like a fake Louis Vuitton piece, so that I understand. But then some people have also mentioned that they've just walked into Louis Vuitton boutiques and just asked to do a hot stamp, and then they've done it for them. Like, they don't ask for proof of purchase or name or anything like that. I've also read that depending on the boutique and the day, like, because there's a specific person that actually does the hot stamps, it's not just every single SA knows how to do the hot stamp or operates the hot stamp machine. There's like a designated person that does it, so that's why in terms of processing time it could vary. Some people say that they've got it as fast as 30 minutes. Other people have said that it would take them 72 hours. Some people say that they'll bring it to them in the morning and they'll get it at the very end of the day. So it really just varies from 30 minutes being the fastest and then 72 hours being the longest. I feel like 72 hours like to drop off something is like so long. So some people do recommend, if you plan on traveling somewhere and you want to get it hot stamped, to bring it into Louis Vuitton at the very beginning of your trip, just to make sure that you're able to get it, because sometimes there's not a lot of workers or there's a long queue of people that have dropped off hot stamped items. Like, I could imagine going to the Paris flagship Louis Vuitton store, I could imagine that one taking 72 hours for sure. I even saw somebody comment that at the Heathrow airport, me assuming because so many people go to the Heathrow airport to buy luxury, that the Louis Vuitton hot stamp would take a really long time. And then I saw one person said they walked into the Heathrow to get something hot stamped, they didn't have to buy anything, and it only took 30 minutes. So that's the dream. So if I'm ever able to go back to Heathrow, I definitely want to get a Heathrow hot stamp if time allows, of course. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have had experience with hot stamps. I think that would help other people if they're also inquiring about hot stamps. When you've gone, have they asked you to purchase something? Have you just got flat out rejected and they're like, no, we can't do it? Or do they tell you to come back the next day? It's very inconvenient as well. Or have they told you that you had to purchase something? It's been confirmed overarchingly online that at the Haneda airport and just anywhere in Tokyo, they won't hot stamp something unless you purchase something. See, I would even assume that Paris would be more strict, but the fact that Japan has their own separate policy is very interesting. Oh, and then lastly, the price. So it's interesting because the standard Louis Vuitton passport holder, I think is like $370, I believe. And then the price that I paid for this, is it actually on my receipt? Hold on, I actually don't remember. Okay, there is no price on the receipt. I'll definitely put a screenshot of the actual price, but it was definitely more than $370. This was with tax like $570, I guess, because it's like the Vivienne Holiday collection. They usually have a higher premium. So if any of you guys have had any experience with Louis Vuitton hot stamping, please leave it down in the comments below. I feel like it would not only help me immensely, but it would also help other people that are looking to get something hot stamped. Like, what city did you go to get it? Did you have to purchase an SLG to get something hot stamped? Were you able to just walk in, hot stamp something, and then call it a day? What was the turnaround time? Did it take an hour, 2 days, 3 days, or even longer? I think if it was more than 3 days, I just wouldn't do it for that city, truly. So I finally got my passport cover. I do find it funny though that so many people online are like, it's not worth it, it's not worth it, it's not worth it, purely because you have to take the passport in and out, which I will agree, but I do just really like the idea of having all my travel cards together. It sounds really silly because I could just put all my travel cards together in another little card holder and call it a day, but to have all my travel cards with my passport together, it just brings me more peace of mind for some reason. But yes, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps for my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.